everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kitty, you can also call me Graves. But today we're here on my island, Vampirosa. It's kind of a dark, spooky, vampires type of theme, I don't want to call it gothcore, it's not Halloween core. Doesn't really fall into any one specific category, and we're getting really specific with them lately, so for all I know there actually is one that I don't know about. But it's a red and black, has lots of little, skeleton dudes just want to chill over here, and some jam on the floor. Don't worry about it. It's not your concern. But today we're gonna be redoing the entrance to my island. Now, I've already redone it. I'm recording this afterward, and you should know that it is divided up into two different segments. One is in the daytime, one is at night. I'll get into why that had to happen later, but let's just go ahead and hop right into it. Hope you guys like it. Alrighty, so I wanted to start off by showing you guys what my entrance looked like before. I did have a lot of water in the area. It just felt like to me it was taking up too much space. I did enjoy it for as long as I was here. It was kind of like a swampy vibe. But I am going to keep the rivers, but I will fill most of this in. I think this area was one of the first ones that I put together the last time I flattened my island. And you'll also see when I go to pick up these flowers how my shovel decided to break after one use, because that is just my luck. And I am going to continue filling in the rivers, all these little holes in the ground. It took me so long to do all of this and get it exactly how I wanted. It was really sad to cover it up, but it just wasn't vibing with anymore. Oh, and here's Pietro telling me about the kung fu movies he made in his basement, and how he waited for his arms to heal because no one can hear him scream from his basement, because that's not creepy at all, bud. Anyway, I had to go and start picking up these pathways. You can see Hopper is kind of in the way, but he decided to get up and move because he's a good boy. I also decided I wanted to lay down these in-game pathways just because I genuinely enjoy them. I don't think they're bad pathways. Plus, I like the sound for me walking on them. Also, I'm starting to build the cliffs up in the front. Kind of want to have something that is symmetrical on both sides, so that's why you see me kind of going back and forth. Right now, I'm just building a couple of squares and lining the area with more pathway for just kind of like a plaza area. I'm starting to try out decorations, and here's Tiffany being a queen. Of course, I opened the camera and she gave me her model face. I just love her. Next, I'm going to be placing a bunch of these pathways, like the regular ones you see around up on top here. Do it on both sides, and then using the iron and stone fence to line both sides as well. Using a red floor light and a little skeleton dude up top as well. And Tiffany's back there having a meltdown for some reason. Had the same setup for skeleton dudes, both sides, checking it out. I kind of decided I wanted a little bit more depth to the build, so I decided to add a second level. It's only one tile wide and, well, one tile thick and 4 tiles wide ends up being, I believe. But I did decide to extend the sides of the build just so that I could space it out a little bit more, and then I would have more room. I think this was recorded in stream, I think somebody in my chat recommended that I use the silos, so I wanted to make room for one on each side. Again, trying to keep it symmetrical while also not blocking that bridge still. So if you ever do have a time where you need to place the fence, like you see the right side, how it's straight instead of that awkward end piece, you can just build an extra cliff piece up on one end. Go ahead and place your pathways down. I'm using a brick one up here. And then you'll be able to place your fence from that extra tile straight on, and you don't have to worry about it having that awkward end bit. And that's pretty much it. I'm placing a street lamp down. I keep running back, checking out the front. I'm adding the second level to this side, adding a little bit more pathway. Tiffany's being nosy down there. And then I'm gonna start adding the silos on here, and you can kind of see I'm gonna kind of go back and forth a little bit because I want to decide what kind of placement I wanted, whether I wanted them towards the front or towards the back or in the middle. I decided to place them towards the back so that I would have room for fencing in front of them, but that's just my choice. I know some people just leave the silos exposed because it's a little bit more like a tower that way, but I do like the depth that it gives to have another layer in front of it. I'm also placing down the simple panels as always. Can't get enough of those. You'll also see we switched to daytime and I'm doing more cliff terraforming. That is because I made this whole thing one tile too close to the front, and I couldn't place both a simple panel and the skeleton in front of it, and I was absolutely not willing to give up my skeleton dude or the simple panels in front, so I just moved the whole thing back by one tile. Took me much longer than it should have, but I got it done and it all worked out in the end. So now you'll see a whole bunch of magically appearing simple panels in my inventory as I go through, expand the pathways, add more simple panels. Just because I decided to, of course, cut out all of the time traveling that I was doing. I also decided to add some trees to the area. I'm also going to add some bushes over here just because even though I said before that I don't like the trees blocking the pathway, it just frames the area I like a little bit more, makes it feel more like a courtyard. So that's why I decided to put those there. I also decided to add another red floor light in front of the build instead of just the one up on top. And I do alternate the simple panel designs. I have two different black brick designs that are very similar to each other, and I try and alternate them between the two just to give it a more natural looking pattern. Sometimes it's like pattern 1, pattern 2, pattern 1, pattern 2, something. It's pattern 1, pattern 1, pattern 2, pattern 1, pattern 1, pattern 2, you know. So now I'm placing a couple of the bonfires up here. I'm going to be placing this frozen arch out in front. I thought it framed the area pretty nicely. Adding a couple of the iron garden benches up here. And then we're gonna go grab some red and black flowers. Use the red mums, the black roses, and the black cosmos. Those are the 3 flowers I used for my island. So next I'm adding a little bit more pathway to this side just because I felt it was a little empty. And I wanted to create, I don't know, a little area where I could put like a statue or something, and I ended up putting the motherly statue right here. And I'll do the same on this left side eventually, but right now I'm just leaving that one open, placing the simple panels out in front. I'm also placing a bunch of the stone fencing and the iron and stone fencing in front of my plaza. Now I did have somebody come over to my island because I was missing one street lamp, and that was all. Alright guys, now that we've gone through all of that, I'm gonna go ahead and walk you guys over to the new entrance so we can take a look. See, I think I really enjoy these the what you call it, the thingy, you know, the bonfire. Yeah, that. Hey, Anka. Really like the bonfires here. I'm glad I had that idea. But let's see, we're gonna go ahead and walk this way. You see I've got both light posts now. Do the slow reveal. But you'd come out of the airport and this is what you would walk up to. I really like how it turned out. I'd probably tweak a few more things here and there, might add a few more items, but I really do like how this came out. I'm considering whether or not I want to add another one of these to the backside. I may not be completely done with it yet, but I am completely done with it on this video. You see I still have This end slightly unfinished. I need to finish with all this, but I'll take care of that later. And then on this side, I don't remember what I did. If I did anything. Yeah, I still don't have a statue to put on this side. I'm not sure what I'm gonna put here, but I'll find something to put over here. But yeah, guys, that's it. That's the build. That's the look. Alright guys, if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you would like to, subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate it. I'm relatively new to the whole YouTube scene, and I need all the help that I can get. But until next time, see you guys later.